Literally and figuratively.
And figuratively. So I have this hat on now. The reason I have this hat on is because I'm going to wear Korea. And
can we just pause for a moment to admire your swirly hair? It's
do whatever you want.
I think a helicopter could land on that. That is.
There you go.
Look at that. That is fantastic.
My eyebrows okay. All right. Do you look okay, Coach? Okay. All right. Now that we check. So the reason I wear this hat is because it says "Walk with Jesus." Because I'll be walking with Jesus. In the middle of that is the Marine Corps symbol, the acronym below. Okay, here's our hat lady. If you'll hold my hats, do that. I'll throw
in front of the synagogue, he's preaching to walk with Jesus.
There we go. Now this is my Joe Cool hat. Look at that. Hey, do we look alike now?
That's right.
We're twins. Who would know? Okay, here's another hat here. Okay.
I'm just gonna watch, buddy. I promise I'll be quiet.
Just come on over and watch, hon. It's okay. It's all right. Come over and put a hat on. I don't know what this hat says. What does this hat say?
It says retired from the United States Marine Corps.
Well, I
thought you never retire. You're always a Marine.
I'm tired.
Oh,
okay.
Tired.
Okay, I'm tired.
Just tired.
Okay. Okie dokie. Well, here we go. Let's change this. Oh, now.
That's the Masonic. It's red and some kind of a logo.
Okay. You want to shake hands with me? I want to figure out if you're a Mason. You're not a Mason.
Okay. I will neither confirm nor deny that.
There we go. Okay. There we go. By the way, I went through my Masonic memory. We have to memorize things. Okay, a whole memory, like days of memory. And my memory coach was the guy that saved Smokey the Bear. Time for oh, here's a different hat here. Okay, now.
Hey, John Willie.
Hey, all right, amigo.
All right.
So, now this hat I picked up in Machu Picchu. I climbed Machu Picchu 2 years ago.
Really?
17,000 feet. Now, it's made of real alpaca, and it is so tightly woven, it will hold water.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Can I dump a little water in the tub?
Go ahead, because I want to cool my head.
All right.
Go ahead. Just
this is like the one of those
That's
bucket
good.
tests.
Look
Our
at
own
that.
version of it.
Look at that. Does that work? Now, you see, this way I've got a cool head. Okay. Now I'm cool.
It's amazing. I've never
It's
seen
amazing.
anything like it.
Okay, here we go. Now we got more hats coming out of here. Oh, now this makeup. Okay. Now this hat here is kind of a dumb hat, but I kind of like the.
As opposed to the last one.
Well, yeah. Okay, we got more hats than that hat are here. Okay.
You're like the Elton John of hat wearers.
This is it. Oh, here we go. Now, this just says Marine Semper Fi. Okay.
Right.
By the way, these hats are for sale. Okay. And talk to my friends. We'll get them for you wholesale. Okay?
What does Semper Fi mean?
Always faithful.
Always faithful.
Always.
All right. It could be a marriage vow too, right?
Not in L.A. Oh, here's my favorite hat here. This is my favorite hat.
Oh my God, a little leather here, huh?
And let me tell you why. Because I'm always bumping my head. Okay?
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is kind of like, well, when I played football in high school, we had leather helmets from World War II. Do that. So I'm kind of used to leather. I bump my head all the time. Okay, well.
Let me ask you, you're talking about your memory. I bet you remember where you served, your rank, and all those years. So to make it easy, instead of having us look at the resumes and stuff, can you just say the exact years you served and your rank and all that kind of info?
Well, our whole football team joined the Marine Corps when I was 17. Okay, so I went to 2 summer camps with the reserves, and then Korea broke out, and I was 19. So I went to these summer camps. And in summer camps, I learned about machine guns. I could take them apart, and also I could put together, you could take 5 different weapons and put them in a bucket. And I could put them together in the dark. Well, you don't have to be blindfolded, or blindfolded, put them together. So I became what's known as a small arms technician. Now, so they activated the Marine Corps when Korea broke out. So I'm there, and they're going down the line. I look like I'm 13 years old. The sergeant comes by and says, "This kid, he goes to boot camp." I thought, "Oh, boot camp, what is that?" So then they backed up, and the lieutenant said, "Well, look at his grades. He could become an officer." I said, "Oh, goody, I get to be an officer." Then the gunny backed up one more time, and he says, "This kid can put 5 different weapons together blindfolded. He is combat ready. To my knowledge, I'm the only Marine that never within less than 45 days, I was the front lines fighting the Chinese. That's the story.
So what were the years and what rank did you reach and where were you stationed?
Well, I was at PFC when I was activated, and I was a PFC halfway through the Korean War, and my captain, Robert Barrow, was the most famous captain in Korea and also the most famous captain in Vietnam. He later became commandant of the Marine Corps. So one day in the midst of we just finished combat, he says, Clark, you're going from private to sergeant now. So this one guy said, how can you make that kid a sergeant? So he said, shut up, Lincoln. That was his name. He said, shut up, Lincoln. If I say he's a lieutenant, he's a lieutenant. So that's how I got promoted.
Wow.
That's it.
All right. And what year are we talking about?
We're talking about 1950, 1951. Yeah.
Okay. And where were you exactly?
Well, basically, I was all over Korea, but basically what happened is we got there in November. And so in November, the Chinese had come over and they set a trap and they surrounded everybody at the Chosin Reservoir. They sucked in all the United Nations troops. They were surrounded. So one morning, the captain woke us up about 3 o'clock in the morning and says, I've been given orders to take Hill 1081, which is a mountain 10,000 feet high, or don't come back. Now, none of you have to go if you don't want to. We all went, and a lot of us didn't come back. It was probably the most intense battle of the Korean War, the critical battle, because unless the United Nations, they were surrounded by the Chinese, unless we could break up that trap, then all the Americans basically would be killed. So our captain was smart enough to do that. We went up the mountain in the dark, and it's like a John Wayne movie, I swear. We're in snow up to our waist, and we're trudging along in the dark, and this one guy, we kind of slack a little bit. He says, okay, you guys, let's hear it. What do you want to do? What do you want to live forever? I thought, my God, I'm in a John Wayne movie. And from there on out, so the next morning, we took the Chinese bunkers. They came in. We called in air support. They came in with an airstrike, napalm, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We were able to secure the mountain, the pass, and the United Nations troops were able to come through.
So somebody who's endured very difficult conditions like that, probably on many occasions, do you get annoyed when somebody who's never been in that situation freaks out, like, for example, if their cable service goes out for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I do. Because, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? You're not going to die. You're not going to starve to death. You're just cable went out. By the way, I built and sold cable television systems, okay? So I won't tell you the story. So question, go ahead.
So you handle it okay when cable service goes down for a little while?
I'll tell you a little story. See, I own this cable system, okay? So they got a call in that this lady was complaining that her cable went out. Well, it was almost quitting time, like 4:30. At 4:15, my men quit at 4:30. So I said, I'll make the call. So I went out there, and what had happened is her big Great Dane had dug holes in the ground and dug up and chewed up the cable. So I'm out there just digging and sweating, and so the lady comes out and says, I said, boy, I could sure use a beer. I said, and my boss is going to be upset because I'm out here doing this. She said, well, do you have a bad boss? I said, well, he can be pretty bad. So, but anyway, I'm going to need a beer. So she brings me a beer. And so I finish it up. So the next morning, this lady comes in to the office. I have about 3 different secretaries there. And so she said, well, I'd like to see the owner of this place because they had the nicest young man that came out there and took care of my cable system for me. So she came into my office and she said, you SOB, you made me feel sorry for you and you own this company. I said, yes, ma'am, because you're a $400 bill to me every day.
That's not a bad story. You got any risque ones, if you know what I mean? Going out to the house?
Listen, there's women and children present.
Yeah, they've heard these.
Well, how risque do you want to be?
Not triple X, maybe double X.
Jeebus, let me see.
Oh my God, it's you.
Hey, how are you? Come on over here,
How are you?
Come on over. So, did you get you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Well, tell people what you're doing here, okay?
Okay. Listen, I had a Section 8 house for 10 years. on 5th and Rose, 327.5, 90291. And the city came in and they said, oh, this is an illegal dwelling. I'm like, whoa, that doesn't make sense. How is that possible? If it got passed, why did I have to get removed? And then my landlord made all these broken promises. He said he would pay this and pay that, and he never gave me only 1 month of storage fee. And all my art is gone. All my keyboards, everything, all my instruments, everything's gone. All my beautiful pencil work that I worked so hard for. You know, I just got out of the ocean. I'm a surfer. I knew Jay Adams. I'm a skater. I'm from here. I'm from Venice. Even though I wasn't born and raised here, when you live here off and on for 40 years, you are Dogtown. You know? I have to sleep here, and now I got all these creeps creeping around, taking my spot, and I gotta move that way, and you know what I mean?
Well, you remember the night, early in the morning, about 4:30 in the morning, when they came out here with trucks, about 20 different trucks, and about 8 different police cars, and in the dark, they picked up everybody's belongings, then they came along and steam cleaned everything.
They
That's
do
where
a
we
sweep.
were talking.
And I have the Beachhead magazine, you know, paper. It's a free paper. It talks about how they just did a beating on a kid, and they killed him. African American. I can show you the paper, and it crushes my heart, because I'm not prejudiced.
Would you do this with me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the chief of police here is Johnson. Now, he wants to work with me and work with everybody to do things right, okay? He has a humongous job to do. So, would you go with me sometime and meet with Chief Johnson?
Yep.
Okay, let's do that, okay?
You
Thank
better
you so
believe
much,
it.
and we'll see you on the beach, hon, okay?
Yep.
All right,
I'm
take
right
care.
here. I'm right here. Thank you for being here.
You need to rest your
Thank
arms?
you for filming this.
No, okay.
Thank you for what you're doing. This is a beautiful place, and there's many beautiful people, and we're funny. We're funny people.
Yes, you are funny.
We're hilarious. But I get sad. I have to.
Okay, well, as you can see, the people here on the beach are willing and ready and able to talk. And she agreed to go with me and visit with Captain Johnson. He's very amenable to working with people here on the beach because it's a two-way, three-way street.
You interviewed Captain Johnson on your podcast.
Yes, we did. Yeah, and he called us from, New York or somewhere?
I think it was in San Diego.
San Diego,
conference.
you're right. Yeah, San Diego. And we'll do that again.
Yeah.
Okay?
So sometimes those things happen and stay in touch and it never happens, but you're actually going to follow through with him.
Oh, he called me and said, I want to talk with you, and we'll follow through.
Okay.
Yeah, so, no, we're on it. It's just a matter of getting together. And that's up, in other words, at this particular time, because of his agenda, etc., then it's up to me to make the move. Because he's already done all the moves he needs to do. So it's my move now. So if nothing happens between Captain Johnson and myself, it's my move, not his move. Because he's opened the door for me, says I want to work with you. In fact, he's working with the Foursquare Church, and the minister and I are very tight. And every time, for instance, there was a couple here on the beach that had 2 little kids. And if the authorities found the 2 little kids in this tent, they would take the little kids away from their mother and father. So we immediately made sure that those little kids had a place to stay, and my mom and pop had a place to stay. Well, that's the church that I work with every Sunday. Here we go.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Boardwalk beating, worse than Rodney King.
Here we go.
Yep.
I hadn't read that. Thank you.
Yeah, and here's Jay Adams, and here's her. She's from here. She's the cutest little thing. That was Jay Adams. I knew him. Skater. There's look, everything in here is important. You gotta read it. It's beautiful.
Let me give a
Look,
promo
there
for
it
the
is,
big shit,
right
okay?
there. The Venice celebrates the life of Jay Adams.
He was a very
Did I
famous
say you could
surfer,
poke
by
me?
the way.
Hey, how long have you known Buddy?
Buddy?
Yeah.
Who's Buddy? Him?
Yeah.
A long time. A long time. I don't know how long because I have a concussion.
That's
I've
okay.
been knocked in the head. I've been punched in the nose. Everything has happened to me. And you know what? I'm a survivor. I got a shark tooth right here. You know? You got it right here. It's right there. My teeth are like
Okay.
sharks.
Would you say your
How
name?
are you? Hi, baby. Look, an Indian gave me this.
Corn, okay.
Yeah, blue corn
Blue
for
corn.
my birthday.
How about some blue corn tortillas?
Right? September 6th. And you know what? I believe in everything. And I have a Bible in my backpack. And people are going nuts. We're losing our minds because there's
What I'd
way
like
too
you to
much
do
crazy
is
stuff
go to your
going on.
Bible and start reading Ephesians 4:6.
Which one?
Ephesians chapter 4,
Okay.
verse 6.
Okay.
It's about the full armor of God.
Look at you, Boy Scout of America.
Yeah, I'm the oldest Boy Scout in the world.
You're so cute. I love you.
Take care, hon.
Absolutely. Here,
Okay.
take it.
Thank you, I appreciate
Hey,
it.
That's good
what
paper.
part of the Bible did he say to read?
What was it?
Ephesians 4:6.
Okay, I got
Okay.
it. I'm going right now.
You checked your memory card, which is good.
Yeah.
But she does have a memory problem.
It's a homework assignment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your ministry, right?
Yes, it is, yeah.
How would you describe the people you serve? Who are the people you serve, collectively speaking?
I would basically describe, first of all, I wouldn't use the term homeless. I would just say people, persons, because homeless has a stigma to it. And when you say homeless, then all kinds of things go through your mind. So basically, she is a person, a very precious person. And she has memories that she remembers, she doesn't remember, and she does suffer from a concussion. I know that. You just checked her memory out just that quick. See that? So, and then I would say that there are people who are homeless because of circumstance. Then there are people who are professional homeless, professional bums, professional crooks. They come down here and they pray, and they rape, and they beat up, and they rob their homeless friends. So there's different kinds of people. So there's people, but here, because of circumstances, and then there are people here who want to be here. For instance, if I wanted to become a world famous guitarist, now look at those fingers. I would come down here, and I got plenty of food, and I could eat, and I could weight 200 pounds, and after maybe 3 or 4 years, I might be able to play a chord. But I could take that chord and become a guitarist. So now there are people down here, that's what they do. They come down here because they want to do their drugs, they want to hang out, and they're here. Now the same thing is true in every skid row in America, like the skid row downtown LA. The people who are there, they don't want to be anywhere else. They don't want to get rid of the drugs, they want to stay there. Then there are people there who all of a sudden they lost their home, or all of a sudden they're divorced, all of a sudden the kids need this, and they're just homeless and helpless. So that's basically it.
So do you want to try another location?
Let's go for another location, okay?
Okay.